tips. We will try to analyze the currency market with Mr. Joy, and later during the session we will discuss the commodities market with myself, Navneet, as the US market is set to open in a few hours' time. So welcome back, Mr. Joy.
Thanks, sir.
So Joy, how is dollar trading in today's market?
Well, the dollar traded on Thursday after surging previous section, with investors reluctant to change the currency higher ahead of Friday's non-farm payout numbers. So the market is keenly watching the non-farm payouts that is set to come on Friday. The recently we have seen a spike in US dollar. That's mainly because of the robust US data and expectation that the world's largest economy could recover faster than the other major economies.
Okay, fine.
The ADP job report on Wednesday showed a record 2,97,000 private sector jobs were created in December. And US factory and service sector data this week also behind the greenback. So we are expecting some more higher side on the dollar index.
Okay, so the key data releases in the form of jobless claims will be keenly watched in today's market. So how is dollar trading after that data is
Yeah. The ADP after the ADP report, the US dollar grew 1.5% against the yen. That's the biggest one-day rise in more than 3 months.
Okay.
Sorry. Although dollar selling by Japanese expert tempered gains by 870 GMT, it was down 0.2% on the day at 83.05 against the yen.
Okay.
So we have a little correction against the yen.
Okay, fine. So how is US dollar index trading today?
Well, the dollar index, it measured the greenback's value against a basket of major currencies, was steady at 18.287.
Okay.
It's a sharp turnaround from the last week, 78.287.
Okay.
And the payrolls on Friday are expected to show overall gains of 1,75,000 jobs for December, up from 1,40,000 prior to the ADP data. So we are expecting a positive data to come up in Friday.
Okay.
So that will help the dollar to go higher.
Okay. So because of the recent economic activity, with spur in economic activity that is coming in from the US in the form of positive data releases, do you see there will be any change in the quantitative easing programs announced by Fed?
Well, the data that we have seen up to now has been pretty good. But one thing that has been like that is the employment market in the US.
Okay.
And there is a feeling that now, to really underpin the recovery, the job market needs to turn around.
Okay.
So I'm not expecting that the Fed will come up with a further quantitative easing program because we have seen a positive data coming out from the US.
Okay, we have seen some good numbers coming in from the housing side, and the employment data has to be on a positive side. Fine. Thanks for that. It's a great update. So how is the Australian dollar trading today?
But the Australian dollar traded below parity and fell 0.1% to 0.9985. That's mainly because of the floods that going on in the Australia.
Okay.
The worries about widespread flood in the Australian state of Queensland, which produced 2/5 of the world's cooking coal, provided under excuse to take profit on the Aussies, as the news is coming from the traders side.
Okay.
So we are expecting some more correction in the Aussies currency, mainly because of the floods that's affecting the commodities market.
Okay, and Australia is one of the largest producers of coking coal.
And exported to the Chinese market.
Yes. Okay. So how is South Africa's rand trading in today's afternoon trading session?
Well, the South Africans rand weakened for a third day versus the dollar, down from a 3-year high. As better than expected US economic data boosted demand for dollars and appetite for some emerging market assets.
Okay.
Sorry. The currencies of South Africa's biggest economically declined as much as 0.6% to 6.7463 per dollar and traded 0.4% weaker at 6.7343 by 23 AM in Johannesburg from a previous close of 6.7054.
Okay.
So we have witnessed some correction in the emerging market currencies like rand.
Okay, we have seen some fund flow happening from emerging market currencies into US dollar.
US dollar
It's a positive data releases that is coming. So what is your view on the rand going forward?
Well, if there is an expectation for the vast improvement in the US data without any distraction in those figures, we will see the rand come up slightly bit. So we have for the short term it's negative for the South African rand.
Okay. So do you think that the INR will be also following the other emerging market currencies, like what is happening in rand right now?
There are chances that the money flow that came into India in the last 2 months will go back to the developed countries like US and UK because we have seen a positive data coming out from that countries.
Okay.
So there is a chance for a mild correction in the stock and commodity market, and also the currency will have appreciation against the US dollar.
Okay, fine. So Mr. Joy, we have been seeing some good economic numbers coming in from the US front in the form of housing data, positive housing data, and also yesterday's ADP and employment numbers were also on a positive note, especially from the private employment side. So do you think that if this trend in the economic data that is coming in continues to be positive for the next couple of weeks, to say, Fed will be reconsidering its decision to increase the key lending rates to above the 0.25% levels?
Well, I think it's very unlikely that the Fed will increase the interest rate because as far as the jobless data, we are not seeing any positive compared with the previous year.
Okay.
So I think the Fed will wait till the employment market recover to hike the interest rate.
Okay, they will be waiting for the employment market to bottom out in the coming weeks. Okay, thank you, Mr. Joy, for valuable insights.
Sorry.
Stay tuned, viewers. We'll be discussing the commodities market after this commercial.
Welcome back, viewers. We'll discuss the commodities market with Mr. Navneet. Welcome, Mr. Navneet.
Thank you, Joy.
So, Mr. Navneet, what are the economic data releases which came in during the day?
During the European trade session, we had the UK services PMI, which dropped to 49.70, sorry, as against expected value 52.90. So we saw a marginal dip in the PMI services numbers from UK today. European Union retail sales number is expected to increase by 0.3% as against the previous value of 0.1%. US German factory orders on a month-on-month basis is expected to increase at a slower pace at 1% versus the previous value of 1.6%. So these two data results will be keenly watching during the European trading session, towards the end of the European trading session. In fact, coming to the US trading session, we have the US unemployment claims numbers expected to increase by 400k as against the previous value of 388k. So this is a major data releases which will be giving cues for the bullion trading for today's evening trading session. We have the US natural gas storage numbers expected to drop at a slower pace at around 135B as against the previous value of minus 136B. So again, this will be giving the cues for the energy traders for natural gas today.
Okay, so you are expecting a marginal dip in the unemployment data.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are the key supports and resistance level for the commodities today?
Yeah. Gold has got a very good support at $1,364 and right now it is trading very near to the support levels itself. And if this level is broken with good volumes, we can expect $1,330 on the downside. So we are expecting a $30 drop if this level is broken with good volumes. But probably commodity will be taking support at these levels if the data is also supportive during the US trading session. $1,385 will be the resistance level to watch out for on the upside. If this level is broken with good volumes, we can expect $1,402 on the upside. That will be key psychological resistance levels to watch out for. Silver has got a very good support at $29.10 and right now the prices are hovering around the support level itself. And $28.35 will be the next level to watch out if this level is broken with good volumes. $30 will be the psychological resistance level for the prices to watch out for. And if this level is broken with good volumes, we can expect $30.62 on the upside. Crude has got a very good support at $89.44 and we have seen some buying interest coming into the crude complex, especially after the inventory data release which showed deficit during yesterday's trading session. So we have seen some support coming at the 89.44 levels, and if this level is holding on in today's trading session, we can expect $90.92 on the upside. 90.9, if this level is broken, then we can expect $91.50, which is the next resistance level to watch out for. If 89.44 level is broken with good volumes on the downside, we can expect $88.10 on the downside. We have seen some good support coming in crude oil as we are expecting the prices to bottom out at around 89.40 levels. Natural gas has got a very good support at 4.50 levels, and if this level is broken with good volumes, we can expect $4.29 on the downside.
Okay.
$4.29 is again the 40-day moving average support level for the commodity prices. 4.93 will be the next resistance level to watch out for if this level is holding on. That is 4.50 level is holding on during the inventory data release. And everything will be depending on the inventory data release which is expected to come in today. 5.20 will be the next resistance level to watch out for on the upside movement. Copper has got a very good support at $435.30 and if this level is breached, then we can expect $428.10 on the downside. $441.85 will be the next resistance level to watch out for. If this level was tested during 2 days before. 2 days before also this level was tested, but prices did not sustain at these levels. So $41.85 will be the crucial resistance level to watch out for. And if this level is broken, then we can expect $445 on the upside.
So we have witnessed a marginal correction in the commodities prices. So do you think that this will continue if a positive data is come from the US side?
Definitely, any appreciation in US dollar will be eroding the appeal for investments in commodities. It's an alternative investment, whether it is a case of bullions or in the case of base metals. Because if prices are increasing, then the appeal for commodities and alternative investment or against currency weakness erodes. So mainly it will be depending totally on the economic data that is coming in. And probably if we see an unexpected drop in the unemployment claims number from US also, probably we might see the bullion prices trading below the key support levels and reaching testing the next levels also.
So thanks Nandi for your coverage.
Yes,
so keep watching viewers. We have the equity market section with Mr. Mohan coming after this short commercial.
Welcome back viewers, this is Mohan giving you more updates about F&O activity for the day for few more minutes. Let's talk with FIR statistics. FIR net sales was there in index future around 1,600 641 crores, and stock future net sell was around 494 crores as on yesterday. And today we saw Nifty January future closed at a premium of 22 points in the last trading session, and on the other hand February future closed at a premium of 46 points. Put call ratio open interest has decreased from 1.37 to 1.31 level, and implied volatility at the money options as for January expire increased from 15.50 to 16%. We saw some FII continues buying in the cash segment in the last previous session, but we saw some sell was there in the yesterday session around 240 crores, which is not significant for the coming market days. And we also saw some unwind their long position in the index future on this. So let's talk with an open interest for a few more minutes on good open interest with a good increase in a price. The stocks like HCL Technology up by around 4.1%, and open interest was 4.41, and Jet Airways 5.67, increase in a price of 1.71. UCO Bank open interest was 3.72, and increase in a price of 1.16. Bank of India open interest was 25.25%, and increase in a price of 0.28. Hindalco open interest was 2.27, and increase in a price of 1.78. And other stocks like BRFL, Shobha are good movement for the day. And on the flip side, we saw some decrease in the price and increase in the open interest like Chambal Fertilizer. Open interest was 10.77 and a decrease in the price of 8.35. REC Limited open interest was 12.80 with a decrease in the price of 4%. And Bank of Baroda open interest was 14% and decrease in the price of nearly 4%. And JSW Steel open interest was 11.84% and a decrease in the price of nearly 5%. ONGC open interest was 12.98 and a decrease in the price of 3.18. Bajaj Auto open interest was 11.55 and decrease in the price of 3.161. And ACC open interest was 12.50 with a decrease in the price of around 4.84. And other stocks like L&T are with good open interest and with a negative movement on the day. And that's all about the F&O activity. That's all for the viewers. We will be back on with more news and updates. Till then, this is Mohan saying goodbye from Live Market Research.